Good morning, everyone. I'm Bindula Albis. Today, I'm going to present my research work on synthesis of 2-phenyl derivatives of quinazolinone and evaluation of the urease inhibitory activity of them and building up a structure-activity relationship in between the anti-urease activity and the electronic effects of the substituent groups. First, we'll have a look what is urease enzyme. Urease is an enzyme which can catalyze the hydrolysis process of urea to ammonia and carbon dioxide. What is Helicobacter pylori? Helicobacter pylori is a bacteria which can colonize upon the gastric mucosa and gastric epithelium, which can result in peptic ulcers. And also, this further infection, like prolonged infection, may lead to gastric cancers even. So, urease enzyme is an extremely important enzyme for Helicobacter pylori's survival in the acidic medium, as well as for its colonization of the epithelial cells. The ammonia produced from the urease can be used by the Helicobacter pylori to neutralize hydrochloric acid present within the medium so that it can survive for a considerable period of time in the acidic environment. At the same time, this neutralization may lead to increment of the pH of the medium, and therefore the protecting mucin gel layer present upon the epithelial cells may undergo gel salt transition. Because of this gel salt transition, the viscosity of the mucin gel layer can drop, and therefore the bacteria can easily penetrate through it and colonize upon the epithelial cells. And if we can inhibit the urease enzyme, we can stop the colonization and the survival of the bacteria within the gastric environment. So currently, what are the currently available therapeutics? There are antibiotics such as amoxicillin and clarithromycin, but the main problem with those is the development of bacterial resistance against these antibiotics. At the same time, the currently available urease inhibitors are quite toxic in nature. At the same time, they have a lesser stability. So my research was carried out to fill this gap in the drug discovery process against Helicobacter pylori. So you can see under the synthesis section of the column 1 of my poster, I had synthesized 6 derivatives of 2-phenyl quinazolinone by using 2-amino-benzamide, which is commonly known as anthraniliamide, by reacting it with different derivatives of benzaldehyde. The different aryl groups of the benzaldehyde, I had shown it below the reaction scheme. And by using different aldehyde, I could synthesize 6 different derivatives of quinazolinone. After the synthesis, I could determine the structure elucidation or structure confirmation could be carried out by using spectroscopic techniques such as proton and C13 NMR, FTIR analysis. At the same time, by the determination of the melting point and RF values of the TLC, and comparing those values with the currently available literature values. After the structure elucidation, anti-urease assay was carried out. Anti-urease assay is a spectrophotometric technique where the ammonia produced from the catalytic action of urease is reacted with hypochlorite and phenol to produce a blue color compound which is known as indophenol blue, whose absorbance can be measured at 630 nanometers. If an inhibitor is present in the medium, the amount of ammonia produced will be low. At the same time, the absorbance of the medium will be low, and that reduction of the absorbance can be used for the calculation of percentage inhibition. So at different concentration of different molecules that I synthesize, I could calculate the percentage inhibition and plot as shown in the graph in the column 2 of my poster. Here you can see thiourea, the red colored tall curve, which I used as the standard for comparison purposes. Then after the determination of the percentage inhibition, from that we could determine different pharmacological parameters such as efficacy of the drug, potency of the molecule. Those things could be calculated by using these percentage inhibition versus concentration graphs. Then let's talk about the structure activity relationship study. From the structure activity relationship study, I used 2 main parameters for the comparison, that is KD. KD means the dissociation constant of the enzyme inhibitor complex, Here I have considered two KD values, that is Kx and Kh. Kx means the dissociation constant values of the substituted quinazolinone molecules, and Kh means the unsubstituted dissociation constant of the unsubstituted molecule. And that KD value is directly proportional to the IC30. IC30 means the percentage, the concentration of the inhibitor at 30% inhibition. So by plotting this graph with the substituent constant, which is a well-known physical organic parameter, by plotting the graph, we could observe a correlation in between the substituent constant values and the KD values and IC30 values. From that, we can clearly see when the substituent constant become more negative in nature, or the substituent group become more electron donating in nature, there is a reduction of KD or IC30 values, which means there is an increment of potency. So from this research work, we can finally conclude, I would like to introduce as a conclusion the 2-phenyl 3H-quinazolinone 4-on derivatives as urease inhibitors with moderate potencies, which can improve in later research. At the same time, secondly, I would, from the structure activity relationship study, I would like to mention these molecules, when the electron donating nature of the para-substituent group is increased, the potency of the molecule can be increased, which is a golden information for further drug discovery process. Finally, I would like to mention that it's my pleasure to present my contribution as an undergraduate researcher towards the basic steps of drug discovery against Helicobacter pylori. Thank you very much.